All right, welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. This is the Attack the Rack daily lineup show. Today is Tuesday, August the 6th of the year 2024. Big Mo's having a little technical difficulties. There he is. Big Mo, how you doing?
We are doing wonderful.
Mr. Trent, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Milk and football, how are they going to be this year?
No idea.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Probably middle lower of the CCIW. That's my guess.
Hey, fair
But
enough.
I haven't checked in a while.
I couldn't tell you how my alma mater's football season's going to go either, so I have no idea.
All I know is my freshman year we were really good. We
Okay.
were like games were fun to go to, and then as I moved down through college, we just gradually got worse, I think.
Okay.
So
Well,
but freshman year was pretty cool.
my issue with going to a smaller school, D3 school, going to the games, the problem with doing that was that then you'd have to miss, like, for example, I'd probably have to miss the Michigan game or some other D1 games that were on TV. And
Yeah.
so it's hard to be able to, you can't, back then it was
Same
technology.
time kickoff too. So
Yeah.
that's
And
the
it
hard part.
wasn't like back then you could bring your phone and watch the Michigan game on the phone or anything. So,
Yeah, I think you really gotta love the school
yeah.
because it's like I don't know, it's just a different environment. It's less fans and less people. It's more just kind of family and friends at the lower
Yeah.
levels for
No, for sure.
football games, I believe. And then you're like locals, obviously, that love the school and love the sport. So I think that's kind of what
For
the
sure.
smaller schools are about.
Yeah, I think in my 5 years at my college, I probably went to a total of two quarters of a football game, to be honest. And
Ooh.
kind of felt bad because I had friends that were on the team and I really wanted to watch them play, but such a
Yeah.
big Michigan fan that I couldn't miss any of the Michigan games. So
The one thing that when I stopped playing basketball, um, I started working for the athletic department. So I would just work at just a bunch of random sporting events. Didn't really matter what the sport was.
yeah.
So a lot of boys soccer,
Okay.
and then there's a lot of volleyball. So we did like stats for volleyball. So there's just a lot of bouncing around between different sports. Worked
Yeah.
a lot of the baseball games as well.
Okay.
So just a good mix of it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, well, hey, fellas, we due to the score, we were going to wait until the end of the USA Brazil quarterfinal game, men's basketball. Score's getting out of hand, so we figured out let's just hop on and get this thing recorded. As I'm looking at the score right now with 4 minutes left in the game, the USA, in fact, Big Mo looks like he's probably looking at a TV right now watching it.
Just
Uh,
trying to check it out.
I've got I've got it. They're up 32 now, 112 to 80 with about 4 minutes to go.
Oh,
So, not a surprise. I think the spread was US minus either 26 and a half or 27 and a half.
Oh wow.
yeah.
So covering the spread. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, USA, they got off to a nice little start and then just kind of cruised from there. Brazil did make a little bit of a run there. What was that? Late second quarter, maybe mid second quarter, Ryan?
Yeah, it was like what? I mean,
Man.
they 36. I think they, what do we say? It was like 31-43. Maybe they cut it to 33-43. And
Yeah.
then the USA team went on like a 18-0 run,
Yeah.
kind of close out the half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're just way too deep for probably most of these teams. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I mean they if like Brazil went on a couple possessions where they just couldn't get good looks, and all of a sudden it went from that 10 to 20 type game. So
And they get the scoring from everywhere. That's like
yeah,
it's so hard to like contain that. You need at least six of them or seven of them to be completely broke
Yeah.
for some certain teams to kind of have a chance. And when they're clicking, I think they had like 6 assists on their first 7 baskets or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
always a good stat to have.
yeah. Now if they play that together, they're going to be tough to beat. Even probably per what the Canada team.
Yeah.
It's
Canada's
probably
pretty good. Germany's pretty good too,
Yeah.
yeah.
with Schroeder and then both the Wagner brothers. But
Right.
I think they got to find a way to get Curry involved. He just,
Yeah.
I
He's
think LeBron's really ball dominant, and I think it's kind of throwing Curry out of I don't know. He's just not getting many shots up. A lot of his stuff is just like curling, getting to the basket for layups, not a
yeah,
ton of outside stuff.
he's only got 3 shot attempts today, and only one of them was a 3.
Yeah, they got to get him going a little bit.
Um, but as I am looking at this box score, everybody on the roster scored. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures. Drew Holiday with 9, so almost 7 guys in double figures.
That's pretty good.
So pretty balanced scoring.
I call that really good balance scoring.
Yeah,
So they'll be advancing obviously now on to the semis, which is Thursday. Not either of you guys know who they might play. I'm not sure.
I do not know.
Okay.
I haven't looked that far ahead.
Okay. And then the women, they got their quarterfinal game tomorrow, and then their semis Friday, their gold medal game Sunday. Men's, obviously, like we just said, semis Thursday, gold medal on Saturday. So
Cool.
yeah, both teams should walk away with golds here.
They go by like winning the Olympics. Is that by gold count or is
Oh,
it total?
oh,
Total
like
medal.
whatever country.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if it's really even it might not even really be a thing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's just something we probably created was the medal watch,
The medal count, yeah.
the
Which
medal count.
USA now has not just the most medals, but the most golds now too, I believe.
Yeah, I know they were. When did I check? I checked a couple days ago, and they were just behind China, I believe.
Okay.
But then I think what was the? Forgot what I watched. There was a sport. Oh, men's rowing got the 4-man squad in rowing took gold, and that was like the first time they won gold in like 40 some years or something like that.
Wow.
I didn't. It was like a history race, and I was just kind of checking
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Well, I saw. Did you see what was the women's surfing? I think we took gold as well.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No,
Has anybody seen the breaking yet?
I was just gonna ask you, did that you
I didn't see it.
did it start today?
Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it starts tonight.
I forget you had mentioned on an earlier episode when it was started. I thought you said August 6th or maybe August 8th, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen it played yet. I haven't seen any highlights of it yet.
Well, I'll definitely want to watch it as soon as it's on. It might even be on as early as today, so might have to check the schedule for that.
Did you guys see the clip of the rock climbing guy?
Uh-uh.
World record 4.75 seconds. He like sprinted it. Just I don't know how high up it was, but he just sprinted it.
What country?
USA.
Nice.
Oh,
He
really?
cruised it. Yeah, it was super impressive. I'll send it to you guys after this.
It is. I watched the Italian. I think it was it Sweden? Sweden pole vaulter broke the world record.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, that's
That
work
live
impressive.
was pretty cool to see. I think it was Sweden. I think he actually pole vaulted at LSU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And how about Katie Ledecky winning the 800-meter freestyle for the 4th Olympics in a row?
She's
That means she was, what, 16 years ago she won gold. And now 16 years later, she's winning it again. That's crazy.
the GOAT of women's swimming for sure.
Gotta be, right? Gotta be.
Well, she got more medals than Phelps for sure, right?
I'm not sure.
Those two are definitely the GOATs of swimming, though.
Oh yeah, and then like you mentioned too, in the 15, hey, it was 1500 meter, but do you remember what stroke is it that she's got the top 20?
I believe it was freestyle.
Okay, I assumed it was probably freestyle. 20. I mentioned it yesterday on the Monday morning live show, and I wasn't sure which stroke it was, but
Yeah,
The top
freestyle, I believe.
20 times are
Yeah.
all hers. That is insane.
Yeah. She's so good.
And then I saw U.S. women's soccer was it today? Their quarterfinal match. So now they're on to the semis.
Yeah, are they? I
After
think
that,
aren't they in the gold match now?
Oh, was it semis today? So now
I
they're
think it
on the.
was semis today. Yeah.
Okay, yep.
you
That's
see, Big Mo mentioned what's her name?
Rod.
Trinity.
Yeah. Did you see her goal?
Yeah. Not today, but in the last game.
The last one, there was like 0-0 in
Yeah.
extra time, and then
Yes.
like left foot. That thing was
That
as
was nice.
buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball.
Big Mo, she gave her a shout out, and she goes and
Shout out.
scores the
Probably
only
saw it,
goal.
got all fired up.
Yeah,
And
kind
then
of painting.
unfortunately, though, good news, bad news situation. Good news, Trinity Robinson, nice
Oh, Rod did?
U.S. women's soccer, going on to the gold medal match. Bad news, have still not received any emails
Ah.
in regards to trying to locate the thief that stole Big Mo's Dennis Rodman canvases.
One of these days. One of these days.
It might be a cold case now, Big Mo. It might be a cold
Might
case.
be. Something we see on Netflix here.
Yeah. Well, hey, moving along from Olympics here, and actually the last topic, we're gonna get back into the Olympics a little bit. How about the Chicago White Sox? They they have lost 21 games in a row. They're going for the American League record tonight, 22 in a row. The Major League record actually is 23 in a row, so they're really well. I'm sorry, it's the record since 1900. Yeah, so since 1900, the overall record is 23 losses in a row. That was the 1961 Philadelphia Phillies lost 23 in a row. Most losses since 1900 in a row. So the White Sox are only 2 games shy of tying that again tonight, going for the record, AL record, that is 22 in a row. They're now tied at 21 with the 88 Baltimore Orioles.
I'm
So
surprised that's not Tigers. Again, weren't the Tigers like awful? Like
they're what was his name? They had that pitcher that was going for the like 20 losses in a season, the most losses in a season. Was it Mike maybe back in like 2003 or something like that?
Oh,
What was his name? I'm not sure. I
they
don't.
weren't they bad just a couple years ago where they were like fighting
They,
some of these
they were looking at possibly the worst or the most losses overall in a season. Yes, I don't think they hit it.
they haven't won a game since July 10.
And that'd be before the All-Star game, right? I think that was before the All-Star game, maybe.
Gotta be.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Well, that has got to be so hard to show up to the ballpark every day.
Yeah, but that's only like a month. That's only a month long.
Only.
Only.
Hey, think about I've coached at least one season, maybe two,
With no win.
high school basketball seasons where we did not win a game, and that's over 4 months.
True.
Of
That is true.
So put it in that regard right there.
True.
You got to have some moxie to keep coming to work.
True.
4 months. Now these guys are getting paid millions of dollars.
Yeah. But 2 games a week versus 4.
Yeah, it's probably, even though you're losing every day, it's probably a lot better to show up every day to play a game than to come to a practice.
Yes.
That is true. Yeah. Very true.
When you're amidst an 0-20 Big Mo, ninth grade basketball, I think it was.
Yeah.
I coached an 0-12 middle school season once. It's rough.
Thank God that's only 12 games.
Yeah. But
8 weeks. Again, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, showing up to that like district practice where you're just 0-20. Like, oh gosh.
You always have a shot, man. You always have a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus they're making millions of dollars. So, dude,
Yeah,
you
true.
you wonder how much it really affects their psyche. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're just on a bad team, but I'm still getting paid.
Yep. My checks are still clearing.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder at this point if they're like, I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna try to lose to get the record, but I wonder if at this point, like if it does so happen that they break the record, will they kind of be like, oh, that's cool, we got a record? Or are they competitive enough where they don't want that record, even though it's
Yeah.
just fun?
I'm
Oh,
sure they're competitive enough. They're trying to go out and win a game.
Yeah.
and they play the A's, so I mean, the A's are not very good.
Right.
Well, let's go White Sox tonight.
All right.
27 and 88.
Isn't that insane?
23% win percentage.
Oh,
Yeah, that just means they're due, guys. That means they're due for a little hot streak.
They are due.
that means you're not even average. You play what, six? You play 6 games a week, right? In Major League Baseball.
Probably, well, maybe
Sometimes
2
7.
series. Yeah, maybe 6.
Usually
Depends.
you
You probably
get
get a travel day.
usually you get Monday or Thursday off, but not both. So usually you're playing 6 games a week. So you're almost going an entire week with only getting 1 win. Oh,
That's tough.
that
That
is,
is, but the paycheck counts, I suppose.
There we go.
yeah. All right, and then hey, last thing, guys. 2028 Olympics. Los Angeles is hosting. We've got flag football coming to the Summer Olympics in 2028. 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. What do you guys think about this? I think it'd be kind of cool. I think flag football could be pretty exciting, pretty up tempo, high paced, high scoring games. The only thing is, being that and I'm not saying that either way the NFL would allow NFL players to play, or their teams would allow them to play. But the fact of the matter is, if it's in the Summer Olympics, which is going on now, which is when NFL training camps are in session, there's no way that NFL players would be able to play. But if they were to do it in the Winter Olympics, obviously it'd have to be in indoor arenas. But then potentially, if allowed to, NFL players could play. Do you think it's a big deal if NFL players are in or out? Do you even think this is going to be entertaining at all? Being that as Americans, we're so used to regular football.
Yeah, I would almost consider it the same as like watching the 3-on-3
Okay.
versus watching like the 5-on-5.
Yeah,
So essentially, like instead of it being actual football, it's flag football. I don't think NFL players should play. I think there's people who play flag football like for a living. I'd give them a chance.
sure.
Yeah. What happened? Do you think so if they introduce flag football, do you think they introduce like what's the ultimate frisbee game?
Oh yeah.
That might be
Oh,
even more, a little more interesting, maybe a little disc golf. There are so many sports you probably don't even think like. I mean, I tuned in and watched like the kayak races.
yeah.
Do you know they had kayak racing in the Olympics?
No, but I saw the
Um,
clips. They're like it's almost
Oh,
like whitewater rafting.
whitewater.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they drop down and then they're battling each other.
Yeah, and they had to get around like the buoy thing. They had to make the
Yeah,
turn around. Yeah, they did like 3-on-3s, didn't they? I think for that. It was
yeah. I
like
think
three
it's
guys that
four.
went.
I think like four at a time.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty cool.
I didn't even know they had surfing in the Olympics.
And then isn't pickleball coming too? Maybe.
I got to imagine fastest growing sport.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if it is or not, but so I mean, obviously, I think football would be fun to watch. I don't need that. I don't think I need to see NFL guys do it.
Okay.
I'm sure there's enough differences that it kind of looks like our 3-on-3. Like our 3-on-3 guys, that's not a full-time gig for them. So probably a special type of game and connection you want to have with your players.
Yeah. I wonder if flag football might start to grow at the younger ages as far as, high school football players, like in the summer, if you'll start to see like club flag football teams, kind of like
Oh,
AAU basketball. So
they already have that.
do they really?
Well,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's kind of the
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know. I think
I know
it's
they
hit or
go to I know they'll go with like their high school football team to 7-on-7s.
No, there are club teams.
Are there?
Oh yeah, yeah. And they'll travel. They'll travel all over the country. If not, like if you're not a bit, like I think there's a couple of teams based out of Kalamazoo right now that
Okay.
travel in the Midwest area and do 7-on-7
Okay.
type. So it's already gotten to that point.
Okay.
Uh, Maybe not to the point of AAU, but it's definitely to a different level.
Okay. What's obviously you have a quarter. Do they run it all? Like, would you even have a running back involved, or is it all passing?
That's a good question. I think it's all passing.
So you got your quarterback, you got a couple of receivers, and then you do have some blocking going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the official. I think it's 7-on-7 at the high school level. You usually have a center snap the ball.
couple
He
linemen. I
might not
think.
be involved in the play. So
Yeah.
yeah, usually if you got 4 people plus a back, so you could have 5 people out in the
Yeah,
Okay.
5 people out in the maybe even 6. So maybe there is no blocking. It's been a while since I've.
yeah.
So is there no rushing the quarterback?
Well, I don't
I
know.
feel like
I
there's
don't know.
got to be though. I feel like there has to be some sort of
Yeah.
rush the quarterback because they
Or
just
is it?
stand back there all day, or there's like
Or
a throw clock.
well, I think there's a throw clock.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I played some adult 7-on-7, and there were 3 blockers and three
Yeah.
people could rush.
Okay.
But I don't know if they do that at the high school type level.
So they don't count 10 apples, 1 apple, 2 apple, 3.
Well, don't we? I think we. Yeah, no, yeah.
They should.
Cooler if they
Yeah.
did.
I think there's a QB clock now,
Okay.
and then there's like an official who blows it dead after the 3 or 4 seconds.
Sure.
Yeah. My only issue with it is like, I guess youth wise, if I think flag is a good idea, but if those kids want to grow up to play football, they gotta have to learn to tackle at some point. So if
Well,
you get rid of the tackling aspect and they don't learn how to tackle until middle school, like kid wise, I think that's a problem.
yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at it as like, okay, you play high school basketball during the high school basketball season, and then spring and summer you go play
Oh,
on
I
the.
got you.
Whereas I'm looking at it as the same way. Like you play regular high school football
Mm-hmm.
because of the violence and the strenuousness to your body. You can't really do football, that type of football all year round. So the
Right.
alternative would be in the spring and the summer doing, flag, you
Yeah.
know.
I think for the older kids that'd be good, but for the like young kids, I guess they could do the same, but they also need to learn how to play physical football.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like their own standpoint of because
Well, I mean,
I feel like
I
locally that's kind of what happened. They went away from the tackle football, the Rocket League stuff,
yeah,
and then you're teaching a kid how to form tackle in 7th grade when he should have learned in like 3rd or 4th grade.
right.
And then they don't know what it's like to get hit either, so that can kind of
Yeah.
switch it up a little bit and kind of shy them away from football just because I feel like you get used to it as you play longer, similar to baseball pitching wise. Like it gets gradually faster as you get older. So I think if it's both for the youth stuff, I think that's a good idea. High school wise, I think it would be fine with another like a spring league or something,
Yeah.
which would
Yeah.
be kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of more my
Yeah.
thought.
Like play in the fall, give them winter off, and then play in the spring and train that way. I think that's a good idea.
But it sounds
Might
like what Big Mo's saying, stuff like that is already starting. You're already starting to see that kind of stuff.
You are with the yeah. You definitely are, especially with the kids that are focused on football. I think are doing some of that already.
Yeah.
and it's
Just
probably safer for their body.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah. All right, fellas. Anything else that you wanna talk about today? Anything else we didn't put on the official list?
I don't think so.
All right. Think about what you're looking at there. You catching the end of the
I was catching the next event on. It was just women's wrestling.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, it just caught my eye for a second there. I was like, what was going on here?
All right.
But yeah,
All right. Well, we'll let you get to the women's wrestling. Fellas, great show again today. Great way to kick off the week here. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.